Hello there, H+III+T to boot that dang on time, y'all. Gosh dang it. Just a quick reminder for anyone at home who has forgotten. I know there's some foolishness on the channel at the moment, but your boy's still the World Heavyweight Champion of YouTube. Your boy is still the SeverTheBond undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. So while there's some people fighting over a Universal title on Raw and some people fighting over the WWE title on SmackDown, just know here on SeverTheBond, I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. Tune into the Bueno Games later this month to see who will be competing with me next year for the title. Now that little plug's out the way, let's get into the dang on foolishness, y'all. I was having a conversation with a friend, and he basically told me that Pusha T was like top 5 relevant rappers in the game. I was, no. And that made me think of this list or whatever. So that's how a lot of my videos start. There's like a rant, and it goes off into a list I make up, and I decide to share it with you. But that's neither here nor there. So these are the top 15 most relevant rappers in history today. This is today's date. So today, if you watch this video a year from now and comment trash, you didn't watch the freaking... I'm telling you right now, this is just today. This is just today. We're at, like, basically the halfway point of the year, basically. So nothing much is going to change as far as positioning. So, you know, why not? Let's just do this every year, right? So this will be the 2016 edition. If you want to make your own list, you can do it down below or make your own video. Link it to me and I'll check it out. I won't promise I'll subscribe, but I'll definitely check it out. That's a basket of neither here nor there. Also, it's a top 15. If you like my channel, you know I do top 5. So it's kind of an extended one. Pause. So there's not going to be transitions. I don't think you want to hear me, like, attempt to rap a song in a high-pitched voice 15 times, but that's not here nor there. That's the longest intro ever, but now let's get into the dang on list, as 4 more people... Let me stop, I'm salty. Okay, so, at number 15, we got dang on Ray Shrimmer. Shrimmer. Trouble. Shrimmer. Gosh dang it, those 2 people, which I thought were 1, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, they're pretty darn relevant. They're not like the biggest artists, but I mean, if you ask people who are the best rappers in the game or whatever, the average person is going to throw them somewhere in their top 20 or whatever. So I feel like that's pretty fair. I'm not a fan of them, but I understand their popularity. Number 14, I'm going to say Lil Yachty. Again, another situation of I'm not a fan of the person, but I've heard a few people talk about it. The homie Lil Spike, he did a review. That is the only reason why I know who that person is, but that's neither here nor there. I hear his name a lot. Like, a lot. So I'm going to put him in there just on hype alone. And I think I'm supposed to be reviewing something by him. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. 2 Chainz. Gosh dang it, 2 Chainz. This is number 13, 2 Chainz. I don't have it numbered out, so this is just off the memory right here. But, yeah, 2 Chainz is that weird type of Rick Ross relevant to where he's not really doing anything, but he's such a brand, and whenever he does something, people talk about it. So you have to put him in there. And again, this is not based on album sales. I forgot to say that in the beginning. This is based off relevancy in the hip-hop community. Because if we're talking album sales, Animal Ambition by 50 Cent outsold anything that Young Thug has ever put out. But is Young Thug less relevant than 50? You feel me? So it's more so in the eyes of the hip-hop culture. That's not here nor there. So yeah, at 13 I got dang on 2 Chainz. At number 12, I think, yeah. At number 12, I got dang on Wiz Khalifa, just because that guy's fan base is insane. Regardless if his music is tapering off or not, Wiz is relevant as jive, but that's not here nor there. And also, every year he's got a smash hit, but that's not here nor there. Pause? I don't know. At number 10, we've got dang on Young Thug. Young Thug is basically the most talked about artist in hip-hop without a hit song. Gosh dang it. Like, ever since the whole Rich Gang thing, and if you want to count Best Friend as a hit, Thug's been kind of quiet as far as the charts go, but as far as hip-hop culture, come on, he's Thug. Everybody, you know, there's always an interest. Always an interest when Young Thug is involved. But that's not here nor there. At number 9, I have DJ Khaled. Now, I know this man's not a rapper. He's not a producer. He's like the ultimate A&R guy. I mean, he's a DJ. But even with that, the dude is extremely relevant. Dude just got a #1 album. And again, we're not talking about numbers here, but just the relevance. He's taken over an entire social media platform. Give the man credit. Dude is crazy relevant in hip-hop right now. Good for you. Right above that at number, are we on 9 or 8? I don't know where we are as far as numbers go. I'll let you know when we get to 5. Before that, I've got dang on French Montana. French Montana, I think, is complete trash. But the dude... is somehow still relevant. And again, a round of applause, gosh dang it. No Waka Flocka Flame. Dude's always in the spotlight. Be it for some fool. Actually, it's always for music. I don't know how, but he's somehow always relevant. So good for you, French Montana. Right before that, I've got A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is kind of one of those people to where you kind of put him in that Nicki Minaj category, to where it's when that man decides he wants to be relevant. But what separates him from that is even when he's not putting out music. I mean, are you not down for some new A$AP whenever possible? He's always talked about. You can't have a list like this and not bring up A$AP Rocky nowadays. And I just recently became a fan, so I can say that. Gosh dang it. Well, that's neither here nor there. Right before that, I've got Rick Ross. Rick Ross has become almost like a Birdman staple. Again, what separates him from Birdman is he's an actual artist. And when he drops a project or he does a feature, it's normally always killing it. Now, you know I'm not a fan of Officer Ricky, but I'm not going to deny the buzz or the sauce, as you guys say, that this man has. He's always going to be relevant. More relevant than a lot of different people. Dude without a hit song, but is still pretty dang on relevant. Dude ain't been popping since Hustling. Let's keep it all the way a thowie. Every day I'm hustling. That's the last name. Name the last hit song he had. Oh, wait! But that's neither here nor there. Gosh dang it. Are we in top 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not yet. We're almost there. At number 6, I've got Travis Scott. Travis Scott, gosh dang it, was last year not the year of Travie. Now, I just recently am starting to become more of a fan of him. But again, I cannot ignore his freaking relevance. Dude is on that. I see him being the next Kanye. If he could step his bars up and not do the mumble rap thing, straight up, if he would actually enunciate his words, just as far as the abstract music he makes, not the impact altogether, but the type of music he makes, how much he's like pushing the boundaries of what's considered hip-hop. I gotta give it to that man, and dude's always relevant, regardless if he's dropping music or not. I mean, you saw the pure hurt he did to his fan base. I mean, people care. So, good for A$AP. Now we are in the top 5, gosh dang it. Number 5, gosh dang it, I gotta say Meek Mill. I don't care for Meek Mill. I never have. I've always thought he was talented. There was just never a song I could really say, okay, that was cool. That was last album was trash. It was just him yelling for 13 tracks. But the dude is relevant as jive. And thanks to the Drake beef, he's somehow even more relevant. So much so, I'm waiting on that new Dream Chasers, gosh dang it, because I want to see what's the big deal. Why was he worth acknowledging from Drake? I want to hear this. But that's not the here nor there. I know his features are always on point, but that's not the here nor there. Meek Mill, congratulations for being relevant after getting your career partially destroyed. Number 4, I'm going to say J. Cole. It might be a stretch. But I'm going to say J. Cole. The reason why I have him at number 4 is because think about it like this. When you ask the average hip-hop connoisseur, not someone who just says, oh, I love Drake. Someone who actually pays attention to rap at the moment, right? You say, who's your top 3? If J. Cole is not in that list, bro, come on now. And you don't even have to like him. I get he puts out snooze bars every now and again. Let me define snooze bars real quick. Sometimes his albums move kind of slow, like Born Sinner put me to sleep. But that's neither here nor there. But the dude is talented. And when you talk about top 5 right now, he just has to be in the category. He just has to. It's like you can't not put Kevin Durant in your top 5. Out of like, who's the most bro, come on. Now, we're talking about most relevant as rather than talented, but J. Cole's still got enough of a buzz. And shout out to him because he barely puts out music as it is. But that's neither here nor there. Number 3, this is where things are going to start getting like, oh, H+III+T, how could you? Go jump off a bridge. Number 3, I have Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is that dude. I've come around to him personally as far as his talent-wise. To Pimp a Butterfly was amazing. I don't like his other projects, but To Pimp a Butterfly was amazing. I mean, dude is that guy when he's focused. I don't think he has a lot of songs. I think he's got bars, but, you know, bars is one thing, but you got to come with actual music. That's why Meek lost to Drake, because Drake dropped a song. Meek came with bars. Button came with bars. Drake is just Drake. But that's neither here nor there. But as far as his relevance, again, it's another person to where you say, who are the best rappers right now? You can't not put him in there. I mean, he's arguably number 1. You feel me? But that's neither here nor there. Number 2, I know a lot of you guys are expecting me to say Lil Wayne. I'm not delusional. I'm just a regular fan. I'm not delusional. I understand. Number 2, I have Kanye West. Now, I know a lot of you guys have flipped your computers. The desk have been toppled over. I get it. Oh, Kanye West, but you don't even like Kanye. We're talking relevance here. Kanye West is so freaking relevant right now, it's disgusting. And the man is putting out struggle bars, but he's still relevant as Jive. And it's not just because of the Kim Kardashian thing. You're going to tell me if a track list leaks and you see Kanye West is featured on it, you don't kind of go insane, regardless if you like him or not. Because Kanye is just freaking Kanye. And no matter who has come in and out of hip-hop over the last few years, Kanye's always freaking there. You got people like Travis Scott going to Kanye for the sauce, quote unquote. You feel me? It's like you go through like Kanye's boot camp and then you made it. Dude is forever relevant to me. And we haven't had a lot of people have like real long tenures as far as hip hop goes, because in all fairness, rap is a pretty new genre. It's only like 30 to 40 years old at this point. So we haven't really seen someone go longer than, 5 to 10 years or whatever and still be as relevant as they were. To me, it's Kanye who's the measuring stick. As long as Kanye can like pull out his career, I'm watching him to see how long a really successful rap artist can go for. Because past history will tell us after album number 3. So, you feel me? So, I don't know where else I was going with that. But Kanye West, gosh dang it, number 2. And number 1, is there any surprise, Drake? You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself if you're saying Drake is not the most relevant person in the hip-hop culture right now. Because Drake is Drake. I don't need to explain it. Drake is Drake. The only thing I will say is, before the Drake stimulus package, there was the Wayne stimulus package. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You dig? But that's neither here nor there. Like, comment, subscribe, H+III+T, who are your top 5 most relevant rappers in hip-hop right now. And you see how I made this list realistically? I didn't put Wayne on here. I didn't put Tyga on. You feel me? I didn't even put Nicki on here. So if you want to make a realistic list, put your personal bias aside. I didn't put Eminem on this list because Eminem's not relevant. Sorry. If you want to make a realistic list, feel free to do so down below. Or if you just want to tell me I'm an idiot, feel free to do that too. But that's neither here nor there. Or make a video. Like, comment, subscribe, H+III+T. You see another triple OG putting in as much work as me with yet again another shirt that is clearly too small for me, but I just won't learn. Do me a favor, point them out. See you guys later.